Yeah, here we are ready for the first ever State of Play PlayStation. Sony does
before
what Nintendo do again.
I place my money on Neck Free, baby.
7 remake. I'm hoping for the 7 remake looks.
How about Mega Man X9?
No, I'm
Why
expecting.
would that?
I'm
Maybe.
expecting Sly Cooper.
Well,
That too. There is evidence of that maybe we may go into that direction. But I forgot. Sanzaru recently what has been doing? I mean, they worked a bit on Forces. They worked a bit on Sonic Forces, if I recall. But after that, they didn't do that much.
They did the Spiral Free section.
Oh, that's right. They helped the Spyro trilogy. There you go. So I wonder if they're busy now with something or not.
Does indeed.
Or Sony picked up a different studio to do it. They might as well.
Oh, right, and then there's that medieval remake.
Yeah, will we actually get to hear more about that? You know, the sad thing is that I won't be surprised if we do see Knack 3. Oh, it's starting! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever State of Play PlayStation event.
Okay, now it's starting for us. Oh boy, this is gonna be already a clusterfuck.
But I haven't started it yet. There we go, I just had to come off and on it again.
Oh, it's a VR game, I think.
Well, they said it would be both VR and...
Thank goodness they warned us about that, yeah.
Is anyone invested in VR?
No.
No. Someone has to if they keep
actually, too, I've looked it up. There actually are quite a few people, not just casual stuff, but for example, there's actually some people.
Oh my God, Iron Man!
Oh, is this Project Avengers?
Nah,
maybe it's that Avengers.
Wait, you're telling me Project Avengers was a VR game? Come on.
No, maybe that was just a CGI trailer.
I'm pretty
sure
it's
written. Remember, Jova, it's written, not actually gameplay.
Well, Jova, I didn't see.
I don't think. Remember, there was another Marvel VR game that was shown off back in D2 Free 2017.
Okay, I was right. It's Iron Man VR. Suit Up, coming 2019.
So, who's publishing this?
Sony, most likely.
State of Play.
Some
a look ahead to the
group,
future of PlayStation.
Actually, we don't know for sure Sony are the one publishing this. We just know that, well, obviously it's coming to their platform since it's on VR.
Like the debut of Marvel's Iron Man VR, which is coming to PlayStation VR in 2019.
Was that supposed to be Ghost at the end?
Developer
I think so.
And Marvel Games.
That's true. Ghost is actually an Iron Man villain.
Extra goodies for Ps4 players. Let's take a look.
That's the developer. It says so to copyright Sony Interactive.
So I'm guessing they are the one.
Race like it's 1999.
Oh, CTR.
Oh my God, an old Crash skin. The rumors were true.
Man, I am way behind.
Same.
So basically, they gave this cool mode where you can actually play with these old CTR models.
Sure, why not?
Honestly,
like the Odyssey costume.
Honestly, today they look like really downgraded models of this from this.
Oh my God! You can play as the bosses.
Also, new stage you could in the original job.
I know,
also,
but more properly.
Unless we change something, I've seen a couple of new stages.
Ooh, a battle mode. Well, of course, yeah, the original had battle mode.
Battle mode was,
oh my God.
Still, though, those PlayStation 1 models, that's quite an interesting bit.
Honestly, I never really played these modes as much as just actually raced one.
Oh, wow, it's coming out June 21st. That's usually on the
We knew that.
Sorry, Jova.
I'm saying it for the audience's sake, guys.
I'm sure
the audience isn't silly.
So, No Man's Sky VR.
Really?
Please.
All right, I'm gonna get a drink.
Oh my God, is Pedro actually right?
Well, did you notice earlier there was that symbol that from the No Man's Sky cover?
Wait, hold on. Weird. One of those. Oh, yep, that's No Man's Sky, all right. Why are you bringing back No Man's Sky? People have pretty much made it clear they don't care about this game anymore.
That's a thing, Jova. LO Games refuses to give up on it.
and apparently the game has legitimately improved and is gaining a cult following.
Yeah.
So,
wait, Pedro, would you say that they don't know how to say goodbye?
So let me get this.
Who calls himself? Well, to be fair,
Wait, hold on. So the game is called No Man's Sky Beyond.
You guessed it.
Beyond No Man's Sky Souls?
Beyond Sky and Ground.
Now let's get the world's first look at an upcoming game from PlayStation's Worldwide Studios and developer Robot Entertainment.
Again, we're behind.
Robot Entertainment.
First gameplay of Ready Set Heroes.
It's
This is a fast-paced multiplayer dungeon crawler.
Oh, Ready Set Heroes, whatever that means.
Choose from
Probably some kind of indie game.
Then launch into a randomly chosen
okay.
dungeon to slay monsters.
Okay,
dodge traps,
if there
and
is
collect
one
mountains
thing,
of
okay,
loot.
one thing I can say positive
Now,
is
here's
that
the twist.
the director,
You're
not the
actually
director,
competing against an opposing
the
team who's racing through an identical dungeon.
the presentations
Reaching the
at
end of the
least
dungeon
got
will
a good
trigger a
pace. You know,
winner-take-all arena brawl.
It's
yeah,
like
have
the
Faster you
Nintendo
progress through the
Direct.
dungeon,
Well,
the
they're
more
pretty much
powerful
copying the
you'll be when
Nintendo
it's time
Direct
to
format,
throw
which is
down.
fine by me.
Ready,
It
Set
works.
Heroes
Same.
had us hooked from the
Yeah,
moment
it
we picked up
works.
the
So
controller.
why deviate
The
from it?
combat
Yeah, plus
feels
they
crunchy
don't.
and the loot flows like
Plus,
water.
there's no
The
talking
final game
heads.
is expected
So
to support up to 4
yeah.
players
Talking
across
heads.
online multiplayer and local split screen. Sounds
well,
like
I
perfect
guess
party
it's
game
because
material.
Sony doesn't
Look for
really
Ready, Set
have.
Heroes to hit PS4 later
Sony
this
can
year.
really have a couple of really
Next,
famous
let's get an update
people
on the
that everyone
eagerly awaited
knows who they
PlayStation
are.
VR game
What?
first announced
Neil
at
Drunkman.
Paris Games Week.
Sean Layden believes we could use him.
Ryan
Is he still
Marks.
there?
Yes, Nomad Squadron.
Oh, a new game made by London Studio. Oh, it's another VR game.
Parson.
Oh, London Studios.
Isn't London Studio the ones who's doing Days Gone?
No,
No,
that's
that's
Ben's
Ben's
I just
studio.
want to know.
So London
London-
Studio, what was doing London Studio?
My name
Gran
is
Turismo?
Brian Marks.
No, London
I'm a
Studio did
soldier.
the Getaway.
So let me guess.
Oh,
London
okay.
Studio
Or
like
was that
I love my day
Soho Studio?
But it's
Must have
always
been,
nice to
I'm gonna check in the meantime because it's another
some
VR
time with
game
the family.
anyway.
I'm guessing that London Studio like Japan Studio only
See some
British.
culture.
Well, Jova, Sony likes to have its studios to be called the specific
Oh, God, that looks
where
awful.
specific cities they are. Like Santa Monica is based in Santa Monica. After all.
Okay, it looks nice at first, but this VR game has one of those major immersion breaking issues. The fact that it
Yes,
literally
we
shows
don't
that you're a bunch of hands.
I think I broke a window.
Oh, this is called Blood and Truth. They're mostly responsible.
But this is secretly an Adam's Family game.
They're mostly responsible for all those gimmicky PlayStation titles like SingStar, Wonder Book, and stuff like that.
Ah, okay.
I remember. Yeah, it's called 6 stars.
Oops.
Average weekend, really.
Blood and Truth.
No, this
I
is.
think there was a trailer before for this. I distinctly remember some elements.
You could
Probably.
recreate your favorite
That's just
scene from
around the
Toy
corner.
Story 2 with
In fact,
humans.
PlayStation VR players have a lot
Fine,
to
I
get excited
guess.
about this year. Here's a look at the next
looks
wave
fine,
of
it's just not for
PlayStation
me.
VR
I
titles
mean,
slated for
again, I
2019.
mean,
I don't even have a PlayStation VR, so.
a lot of people don't.
I'll probably be easy for it.
You'd be surprised, Joe, but there's a reason why Sony's releasing a lot of stuff for it. It's surprisingly sold really well, and it's used by a lot of people.
Besides, I guess I would rather have this than another PlayStation Vita situation where they just drop support entirely and let it die.
Any
It's nice
mech.
that they are trying to push VR, even if
There is an
they don't really care
there,
much for it.
there is an audience for it, so might as well give stuff to them.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
mean,
like-
they
It
paid so
also
much money
it
for
also
the thing.
helps.
It's
It
like with
also
the
helps.
Vita, where they had a niche audience. The difference is that, unlike
Well,
the Vita,
that's-
Sony
that's
didn't do
also
the.
the
Hold on,
thing,
let me
Jova.
finish.
Sorry.
Unlike the Vita, Sony didn't do the stupid thing and just abandon VR. So they actually managed
Not
to
only
have
that,
keep it
Jova-
long enough to refine stuff.
Not only that, Jova, VR is actually also easy to record, which means there's a lot of appeal of streamers, which give them crowd. The PS Vita was notorious for not being able to be recorded, even to this day.
Oh,
a Vita?
Devolver Digital.
Yeah,
And-
and everybody's
and-
golf
and-
VR game actually kind of sounds fun. At least to me it does.
Oh. Okay, now
From the creators of Stories Untold,
Gravity, the sequel.
Sorry guys, the stream's
a
glitching.
science fiction thriller. Oh, maybe it is.
Oh, it looks Prey. It looks like Prey.
Oh my god,
actually.
wait. Maybe this is a VR version of Gravity.
It looks a lot like
so
Gravity.
is Sandra Bullock.
There's no mention of PSVR.
Also, no, since it's Devolver Digital, it cannot be Prey because that's Bethesda.
You're not on the station.
Oh, I remember this trailer as well. Yeah.
Where am I
You
then?
are Oh my god, you're playing from the perspective of Hal?
It's the Five Nights at Freddy's style game where you control the cameras and you give the input to the astronaut to what you're supposed to do, she's supposed to do.
Oh, so I could. So if a human character is annoying me, I could just throw him out of the airlock.
So apparently. So
honestly, Dweebs, I think you'd try to do that anyway, regardless.
So from what I can understand, Observation seems to be a game where you basically play the role of Hal.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's interesting.
May 21st.
I'm sorry, Dweebs. I'm afraid I cannot
Oh
let
my
you
god,
do that.
speak of the devil, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, they're releasing it on console now?
VR.
Well, that makes sense. Like a game like FNAF does seem like it fits VR well.
Oh, well, true, but I'm mostly curious in how's
Question: where are you guys watching this? YouTube or Twitch?
Twitch.
I'm using Twitch personally.
Oh.
Let me get on Twitch right as well. But
yeah,
what I was
Twitch
saying
always works better for me.
What I was saying is, I'm curious. Hold on. I'm curious to see how Scott manages to convert this for the console, because if I recall, it used a specific engine for the PC.
Levels from the original games, as well as all new
I'm surprised this didn't come to VR sooner.
Every time I see more FNAF, I just think, boy, you guys just want to give Game Theory more views, huh?
No, please.
Why don't you shut the door, mate?
Okay, that's creepy.
I didn't realize the series was still.
God, yes, I hate cockroaches more than anything in life.
Really? Even more than spiders, snakes, and creepy crawlies? Oh my.
Oh god, the puppet! No, please.
Ooh, yes, the puppet.
Is the first
Well, don't cockroaches count as creepy crawlies?
Steel Wool Studios.
Flying
Also,
cockroaches are
so they're being ported by different companies. Scott is licensing that.
Interesting.
Oh, Concrete Genie.
Sweet. Pixel Puss. Pixel Puss.
Pixelopus, I think.
Yeah, Pixelopus.
I'm just gonna call it Pixel Puss because it sounds funny.
Wow.
Yeah, we haven't heard in a while of Concrete Genie.
Well, okay.
Assassin's Creed? They got the flying birds.
It's a landscape shot.
Okay, I'll give the state of play thing fine. While most of the games so far have not quite interested me, the pacing
We're
is at least
probably
good so
reserving the
far.
big guns for the later or the ending.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd much rather have a short but succinct stream as opposed to one that just goes on forever.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it going on forever if it has a lot of good content. That's why I say that so far the pacing is good.
Yeah, if you ask me, this automatically is better than last year's E3, just because we have more content.
There you go, a game for people. There you go, a game for people who have no friends.
So you?
Ouch!
Oh wow!
I just said there in the trailer, when you don't have any friends.
So when your friends are all dead?
Is this what they're calling the single-player market now?
Yeah, the no friends
major.
There you go, now you can put a VR on your head and just pretend that you have friends.
Wait, is this VR or is it?
No, if it were VR, it'd say PlayStation VR.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh.
I think it's both, actually, but I don't remember.
We'll find out at the end of the trailer.
It's one of those that has VR as an optional function. Yeah.
But yeah, it reminds me of Media Molecule stuff in a sense that you can create, those graffitis and let you out.
I was gonna say, I like the aesthetic.
The cards.
It's a bit Ghibli-esque.
So is it like...
Reminds me a bit more of Where the Wild Things Are, except it's...
Yeah, I was about to say.
The urban setting actually...
Hello.
It reminds me of an indie game called Papo.io.
Yeah.
Okay, his paintbrush comes to life.
Don't touch my paintbrush, bitch.
So is this Epic Mickey mixed with Lake? Okay, so this seems to be Epic Mickey mixed with Where the Wild Things Are, mixed with Link I mean, A Link Between
A Link Between Worlds.
And Infamous.
Yeah, there's a bit of Infamous with the jumping like that.
And that enemy is from Fi, or Fi, whatever that
Actually, since we're very in fan of Sony, it reminds me a bit more of Folklore.
So
you don't even
Genie,
remember that.
huh?
Concrete Genie.
This is remind me. This is third party, right?
No, it's published by Sony, if I recall.
Ah,
Really?
okay then.
Concrete Genie is a creative
Yeah,
new
Sony
adventure
sometimes
from
have
developer
these little
Pixel
small
Opus.
releases.
Oh, there you go. It's a
We can also confirm the
console,
game
not
will feature
VR.
a PlayStation
Well,
VR
yeah, that's
mode.
one thing.
More
Unlike
details to
33,
come.
Releasing-
Sony are actually highlighting
So,
their
is
smaller
Will
releases.
Smith going
Up
to be in
next,
this?
an update from the dangerous world
Oh,
of
okay,
Days
there's-
Gone.
Oh,
Days Gone.
Days Gone. Here we go.
Here we go. Final marketing push for Days Gone.
Brought to
It's
you
about-
by the same people who made Bubsy 3D.
Well,
Holy
not the same
cow.
identical people. Jova Pedro actually look up to it, but it's the same studio technically.
It's the
so-
same studio, but the people who made Bubsy 3D aren't even working there at this point.
I recall there was at least one person still there.
Without Sarah.
There's only actually.
One of the co-founders, but he didn't even work on Bubsy 3D, Joe. That's the thing.
He's the one who worked mostly on the Cyclone Filters franchise.
Yeah.
That's what they did after Bubsy 3D.
Yeah, like again, Bubsy 3D was so detrimental to the PlayStation that Sony decided to outright buy the studio with like hostile takeover.
Why would they want to
We
buy
cannot allow
the
the
studio?
studio. We cannot allow the studio to make another game under again without our supervision. Let's buy it and make sure they don't make
Basically,
it.
They
that,
actually
Joe.
bought the studio. Wow.
Well, I think it was like after like Siphon Filter 2 or something.
We cannot. Well, Joe, after Bubsy 3D, we cannot allow a studio like this to keep, unleashed.
That's like an
Okay.
Nintendo.
While I give props to developers, since we haven't developed a game ever since the PS Vita or the PS2, so this is technically their first next-gen game. I props to the developers for managing to maintain this quality and this type of story. I'm not too interested, if I have to be honest.
If I'm to put it like this basically looks like Last of Us Biker Edition, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just,
I mean, it has a bit of a concept of novelty, true. And it shows. Remember, it was the pre-showcase where they showed how many zombies they can have on screen like that rising.
It's Sons of Anarchy.
For me, too, it's most so that the fact that they haven't really told us much about the story itself, because yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic world. That's just a setting. I want to know what the story is actually about.
Well, if they
I'm gonna guess it's similar to stuff like Far Cry. You free areas, gain control over others, help people, stuff like that.
Plus, you have to be really careful
because they say it's open world.
Oh my god, a tyrant!
As bounty
Or at
hunter
least a
Deacon
tyrant
John,
look alike.
So this game is open world?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's also where the bike comes into play. You use it to travel from place
Well,
to
that's
place.
well, that'll be different because Last of Us is linear, so this would the
Well,
open world
they-
section would at least
they
make it.
Yeah,
fit
but
They
more.
probably based it off Horizon Zero Dawn, which later
That's a
comes.
mansion.
and let them
Hmm?
handle the dirty work.
That's the engine, you
We
mean?
can't wait to see the
Well, no, I
screens and
mean
videos
in
you
terms
share
of
when Days Gone
structure to
launches on
have
April
an
26th.
open world like a game.
Before we go, let's get one more update from the
Ooh,
game.
Mortal
from
Kombat,
NetherRealm
yay.
Studios.
Oh wait, that Mortal Kombat's the last announcement.
Maybe there's a PlayStation exclusive character.
I'm not sure. Like they can bring back
Oh,
Kratos again.
right in the
Yeah,
neck.
that's Johnny Cage.
Oh,
alright.
right in the cage.
Oh, that's right. I don't know if you see it, Pedro. They released a trailer for one of the sealed characters, Shen Tsung. Guess what? For the mocap actor, they actually called back the actual actor that played him in the Mortal Kombat movie. I'm not even kidding.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool.
What
Yeah,
character?
I don't
What
get
character?
why they
Shang
did.
Tsung.
They got Ronda Rousey to voice Sonya, but they didn't get The Miz to play Johnny Cage. What the hell?
Why did you get?
I'm still more baffled that despite constantly referencing the movie and having the rights to it, you know, they still don't use the classic Mortal Kombat. Oh my god, a young Jax. Are you
Why?
kidding?
But why'd they get? Why Ronda Rousey? She's a horrible actress.
Because I don't.
So yeah, in case you didn't know, this game involves time travel and multi-dimensional traveling.
But wasn't there one only like 2 games ago?
Yes and no. 9 was more like a retelling. Raiden sent a message to his past self, and that one needed to correct the timeline.
Fatality.
Actually, sadly, no.
It's a cool hat, though.
This one is one of the elder gods, actually.
Well, Shiro, that's Kung Lao's trademark. He uses his hat to cut people.
Like odd job. But yes, Pedro, if you didn't know, the elder gods are now entering the stage full force.
The fucking elder... Seriously?
Is that a bad thing?
The elder gods are fucking dicks, Joe, but let's just say that.
Basically...
Hey, wait, have you ever paid attention to Greek mythology?
Yes.
It was
like
bad
that.
already. It was already bad with one of them, Shinnok. Now there are at least 2 or 3 of them.
The basic gist of it, Joe, is that Raiden is the only god in the Mortal Kombat universe that has some kind of, empathy.
And the bad news is that now he's corrupt again. So, oops.
Well,
shit.
What else do you
Ed Boon must really love.
His shades.
Yeah.
Also remember, Ed Boon loves to be extremely referential to other Warner Bros. Stuff ever since the buyout.
NetherRealm is promising more updates before launch.
Well, I guess if you work for him, you can.
Yeah,
use...
I think one of the. Oh,
is that it?
Well, that's a wrap on our very first.
Well, yeah, they
episode
said
of
before we
State of
go,
Play.
so.
This was just the beginning. We'll be back throughout the year to share new announcements.
I was hoping they would at least announce the. Well, I guess for a first experimental stream, this is fine.
I agree, and I will also say this: so they basically just stated just now that they're gonna have some more through the year. So I'm expecting one of them more like right before E3, since they don't want to show up there properly.
Okay. I mean, for a first time thing that was signed, however, if this were a regular thing, that would be kinda weak. I mean, okay,
the first Xbox, right?
Yeah, oh god, inside Xbox. It wasn't as bad as that. I will say this though, I feel like it was missing the really big pull. Like, yes, a lot of the VR games looked nice and all, but there was no real big grab. Like, a lot of the stuff is stuff we already knew about. Now, it was nice that, they showed us that new bit about the Crash Team Racing PlayStation 1 skin, but otherwise, a lot of this stuff feels like stuff that maybe they could have talked about in E3 last year.
There's a lot more subtlety though, Jova, if I saw. Like, most of the trailers actually have new content in them without actually the announcer say it. Like, CTR Nitro Fuel shows different new stages. Mortal Kombat 11 shows a couple of new characters, like Jax, we weren't confirmed until now. Concrete Genie showed new stuff that we haven't seen so far. Stuff like that. It was more over like reiterating some stuff while adding without exceeding too much. I agree that it's still relatively weak, but for a first time, trying to set things out, I'm more fine to be okay with it.
I do think.
Plus, Jovi, you have to with these kind of things. You have to make sure you don't peak too early, or else what else are they going to announce?
Yeah, I was about to say they probably just wanted to keep it
not overload early.
Down,
Okay.
Hang on, just to check how much interest people have in actually watching these streams.
Because if there's no interest, then it doesn't matter what game you put on there. No one's going to watch it.
However, that's not denying they could have done better still, though. I mean, I get having a test, though. That doesn't mean that they couldn't have, like, one big announcement. They're like, well...
Yeah.
I think what they showed was fine, honestly.
True, but I think...
They could have used one big announcement.
They should have concluded with the release date of Ghost of Tsushima and some nice more gameplay footage of that. That would have been nice too.
Any idea how often these things are gonna be, or is
we
it
don't know. They just stated they're gonna be several more before the end of the year. So I'm guessing, like I said, probably one at the end of May at worst. That's
bi-monthly.
But yet on the plus side, there was no NAC free, so there you go.
Well, I mean,
Tio,
considering how they treated the show, I'm kind of not surprised. I mean, again, okay, if this weren't the first show of theirs, I would definitely find this even weaker than I already did. That said, I will say this, though, the pacing, for the most part, was good. I'll give them that.
They didn't waste that time, Jova. It wasn't like, for example, the Indies Direct we commented the other day had a couple of times where they cut back to the other two hosts doing weird shit that we didn't need to see.
Well, yeah, obviously. I'll just say this right now, though. Again, it was a fine show. Could have been much better, though. Again, all this needed was like one big announcement, and then I think it would have at least hit the threshold for what's worthy. Like, well, I mean, even if it's just a test, like that's no reason to not at least test the waters with one big deal breaker announcement.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima would have been the perfect way to do so because it's a game that's already been announced.
And we had only 2 major trailers only for it.
Not only that, but this would have been the perfect opportunity to tell us more about the Medieval remake, which we haven't heard anything of in a while. When's that due to come out again?
This year. We don't know the date. I'm still predicting it's gonna be probably a Halloween release because of horror theme.
Okay,
likely.
We probably won't get an update until roughly E3.
Shiroi Sony aren't showing up at E3.
This will probably in place of E3, just like the Nintendo.
Well, true, but that doesn't stop them from making one of these during E3 times, though.
Exactly.
We'll see. But yeah, something like Medieval, that would have been like a great thing to attach to the end of this and give us a release date finally.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, Trova, that we should have, went the extra step, but at least for now, I'm more forgiving. However, I will say this, if it keeps on like this, then I will start to be more, on your opinion. So I guess we'll see you for the next one.
If there is a next one.
They said that there's gotta be more.
We'll see.
But hey, guys, that's another thing that's like Nintendo Directs. We have no clue when the next one is.
We'll see if they fall through.
All right, see you.
See you next time.
See ya.